Over the past few years, Nikon has been steadily reshaping its mirrorless lineup, striking a careful balance between high-speed performance and professional-grade image quality. Models like the Z8 and Z9 have showcased Nikon's ability to compete with the best in the industry, delivering blistering performance for sports and action shooters, while cameras like the Z6 III have appealed to hybrid creators who need versatility without breaking the bank. Yet, amid all these developments, one segment of Nikon's audience has been waiting in silence: the high-resolution purists. The Nikon Z7 series, known for its detail-rich imaging and uncompromising dynamic range, has remained untouched for nearly 5 years. For landscape photographers, studio professionals, and fine art shooters, the Nikon Z7 II offered an ideal blend of precision, reliability, and image depth. But now, as technology rapidly advances and competitors raise the bar, the question echoes louder than ever. When will we finally see the Nikon Z7 III, and what new innovations will it bring? To understand why the Nikon Z7 III carries so much anticipation, it's important to revisit the origins of the series. The first Z7, launched in 2018 alongside the Z6, represented a defining moment for Nikon. It marked the company's serious entry into the mirrorless era, boasting a 45.7-megapixel full-frame sensor and a design that combined DSLR-like handling with the compactness of a mirrorless system. The Z7 quickly gained traction among professionals who demanded superior resolution and color accuracy, making it a go-to camera for landscape and portrait shooters alike. In 2020, Nikon followed up with the Z7 II, refining the formula with dual-speed processors, faster autofocus, and more reliable video performance. It wasn't a revolutionary leap, but rather a confident evolution, one that addressed user feedback while maintaining the Z7's reputation for breathtaking image quality. However, as the mirrorless industry evolved, Nikon's priorities shifted. The flagship Z9 broke new ground with its stacked sensor and blackout-free shooting, while the Z8 brought much of that technology into a smaller, more accessible body. Meanwhile, the Z6 line received regular updates to serve hybrid creators. This left the Z7 series quietly aging, with many photographers wondering if Nikon had moved on from its resolution-first philosophy. The truth seems to be more strategic than neglectful. Industry insiders suggest Nikon intentionally postponed the Z7 III to avoid overlap with the Z8 and to ensure that the next high-resolution model would feel like a genuine step forward rather than a minor refresh. Now, with the Z7 II approaching its 5th anniversary, signs increasingly suggest that Nikon is preparing to bring the Z7 III to life, possibly before the end of 2025. While Nikon has yet to officially unveil the Z7 III, early reports indicate that it will continue the company's trend of maintaining a consistent, professional design language across its lineup. Expect a body similar in size to the Z7 II, compact and manageable compared to the Z8, yet offering the same rugged build and ergonomic comfort that Nikon shooters have come to expect. A key design upgrade may come in the form of the rear display. Rumors point to a 3.2-inch, 4-axis tilting touchscreen, similar to the one on the Nikon Z9. This design would appeal to both photographers and videographers by offering more flexibility for low-angle or overhead shooting, without resorting to a fully articulating screen that some still photographers find cumbersome. The dual UHS-2 SD card slots are likely to remain, giving the camera a balance between performance and affordability without forcing users into expensive CF Express cards. Nikon is also expected to fine-tune the grip design, button placement, and tactile feedback for enhanced comfort during long shooting sessions. As always, durability will be a highlight, with weather sealing, dust protection, and temperature resistance ensuring that the Z7 III remains reliable even in demanding outdoor conditions. For landscape photographers who often work in rain, snow, or desert dust, this level of ruggedness could make all the difference. If there's one area where Nikon is expected to make a substantial leap, it's in sensor technology and processing power. The Nikon Z7 III is rumored to retain a full-frame sensor in the 45 to 67 megapixel range, but the exact resolution is still the subject of speculation. Some leaks suggest Nikon may use a 61 megapixel Sony sensor, similar to that found in the Sony A7 RV, while others hint at a new 67-megapixel sensor developed in partnership with Tower Semiconductor, the same company that has supplied sensors for Nikon's APS-C cameras like the ZF-C and Z30. If Nikon chooses the Tower Semiconductor route, the Z7 III could introduce new levels of dynamic range, color fidelity, and efficiency, giving it a unique identity separate from Sony's high-resolution offerings. Frame rates are also expected to improve. The Z7 II maxed out at 10 frames per second, which was sufficient for static subjects, but less ideal for action or wildlife. With the rumored Speed 7 processor, the same one used in the Z8 and Z9, the Z7 III could push burst speeds to 12 to 14 FPS, or possibly 20 FPS in certain crop or compressed modes. This would make it far more versatile, bridging the gap between studio photography and faster-paced work without sacrificing detail. Autofocus will likely see one of the most significant upgrades. Nikon's latest AI-powered focusing systems, as seen in the Z8 and Z9, have proven to be among the best in the industry. Expect the Z7 III to incorporate advanced subject recognition and real-time tracking for eyes, animals, vehicles, and more. This would finally address one of the few criticisms of the Z7 II, whose eye detection occasionally struggled in backlit or low-contrast scenes. With the latest algorithms and deep learning models, Nikon could make the Z7 III one of the most accurate and dependable AF systems in its class. Based on current leaks and production timelines, the Nikon Z7 III is expected to arrive by Q1 of 2026, with an official teaser or announcement likely toward the end of 2025. This timeline would give Nikon enough room to market the Z6 III and Z8 while preparing a major launch that targets a different segment of professionals. Ultimately, the Nikon Z7 III represents more than just another refresh. It's Nikon's opportunity to reaffirm its dominance in the realm of high-resolution photography. By combining a potentially 61 to 67 megapixel sensor with the Speed 7 processor, AI-enhanced autofocus, improved stabilization, and refined ergonomics, Nikon could deliver one of the most complete stills cameras of the decade. In an era dominated by hybrid cameras and high-speed performance, the Nikon Z7 III stands to remind photographers that there is still immense value in detail, tonal richness, and optical precision. Whether Nikon opts for Sony or Tower Semiconductor technology, whether it includes 8K video or prioritizes perfect 4K, one thing seems certain. The Nikon Z7 III will not be a minor upgrade. It will be a statement, a declaration that Nikon remains deeply committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and the pursuit of photographic perfection.